Hey, Shalom, Shalom, and stuff. So, by giving no praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Al Shah, Hashem, Al Dash, double on to the apostles of GMS and honesty, brothers in the work and truth or sincerity. This is a quick one. It was initially going to be titled something like, she chose pork over her salvation, right? Which ultimately we ain't got a choice in anything, right? But, it's really, it goes on, men and women chose wickedness over salvation, right? This is inspired from, conversations that, brothers have told over the years, where, we're dealing with a woman and then, the woman found out they don't eat pork and then she dips. Or the woman was like, oh, stick it in my butt. And bro was like, ugh. And then she dips, right? And they don't realize, Lord, will we be those men, right? That could have been their ticket out of this kingdom, right? But then again, that applies to the men as well. We told guys, one of your quote unquote boys, hey man, hey, you don't really want to do that. And they're like, man, fuck this guy, right? Instead of actually taking heed to what it was you were saying, right, they disregarded it, right? And then, hey, now they're destined for destruction, right? It says John 3:19, it says, and this is the condemnation that light has come into the world. Right? Men loved darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil, right? Which is the majority of these people out there, which is why there's going to be such a great destruction. Because people love doing the wickedness that they're doing. They don't want to be righteous. Right? Being righteous isn't cool. Right? So hey, you know what we go by? Quoting, if a nigga can't get it, we moving on. Right? This is Revelations 22:11. It says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. It's basically saying, look, man, hey, you guys, look, man, basically, you get to a point where it's like, all right, man, let him do what he's doing. Right? It says, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Right? So look, man, we only caring about the elect, man. Right? At the end of the day. Right? Which is what, as the apostle will say, so we do these videos, right? In the hope that it will feed, the elect. Right? But the people that don't get it, they don't get it for their own demise. And ultimately, it's an angel blinding them. Right? It's an angel blinding them. Right? So such that they don't, receive salvation by pursuing to Isaiah 6 and 9, right, to 11. This is Jeremiah 4:22. Says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Right? So our nation of Israel, man, our people are foolish, man. Right? They have not known, and they don't want to know the Lord. Right? And when evil starts hitting a fan, then they're going to start trying to turn back to the Lord. Right? Which would just say, many shall say, Lord, Lord. And the Lord said, I've not known you. Right? People go and try to call upon the name of the Lord. Some that have heard it over the years. The Lord's just going to be like, man, who's this? Right? I have not known you. Isaiah 1 and 3. Right? Just following on. It says, the ox knoweth his owner. Right? And the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider, right? Because if you know you're the children of Israel, right, and you know that these laws and commandments are for you, hey, you do your best to follow them. Yeah, of course, we know we can't follow them direct, but there's simple things, that you can keep, right? You cannot eat pork. You can, not do anal. You cannot commit adultery. That's easy, right? It says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, or a seed of evil doers, children that are corrupters, they are forsaken Yahweh, right? They have provoked the Holy One of Israel to anger. They're gone away backward, right? So basically, that's saying, the sins of the children of Israel has pissed off the Most High, right? That's pissed them off. And then that's why we're in a predicament as a nation that we're in, because we've sinned against the Lord, right? And then, yeah, our people, because an ox and an ass, they're some dumbass animals. Yet they know, right? But Israel, we're the sons of the Most High, children of the Most High, right? And we don't know who our who our power is. Read Jeremiah 17:4, the scripture says, "I shall discontinue from thine heritage." Right? It says Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil." Right? You read Isaiah 29:16 about the turning of things upside down. Right? And everything's been turned upside down. You tell a man, abortion is wicked, he's looking at you sideways. Right? You tell a man, hey man, you just leave that pork alone, man. Or a man will look at you like you got 10 heads. Right? It says that put darkness for light, right? And light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right? So we're doing a good work, but we're being called evil. But whereas they're doing the evil works and, calling it good. Right? It says, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Basically, doing whatever it is that they want to do. Right? Not considering what the Lord has said. Right? It says, woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble and the flame consumeth the chaff, so their root shall be as rottenness, and their blossom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of Yahweh of hosts and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. Therefore is the anger of the Yahweh kindled against his people. Right? So when you start seeing the Lord opening up against the children of Israel, you know why. Because they're wicked, right? And they ain't been doing what they were told to do. Right? They're being bastard children, right? As then he hath stretched forth his hand against them, and hath smitten them, and their hills did tremble, and their carcasses were torn in the midst of the streets. For all this his anger is not turned away, his hand is stretched out still, right? So basically saying, the Lord's going to fight the children of Israel up, because once you might think it's a light thing, right? Oh, well, it's just stick it in my butt, right? Just stick it in my butt, right? She might think it's a light thing, right? But Lord's pissed off at that, man. Right? The guy that goes on and does it, he might think it's a light thing. I just stick it in my, what? What's wrong? I just like doing it in the butt. Right? But that's sodomy, man. And what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Got destroyed. Right? This is Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Right? And turn you at my reproof. Right? Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. The Lord's doing that. And our Lord is making his words known on the face of planet Earth. But those that ain't meant to get it ain't gonna get it. Right? Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Right? When the Lord is calling right now through his prophets, right, saying, look man, come back to the Lord, come back. Right? But they're not regarding. Like, why? Because they don't listen to us. I mean, don't marvel, because they didn't listen to the Lord. They didn't listen to, Yahweh Shai when he was on the scene. Because I've called and you refused, I've stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I'll mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh. And that'll be through his prophets. So that's why we laugh when shit, bad shit happens to these niggas. Right? It says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I'll mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. Right? When distress and anguish cometh upon you. Right? So when these harsh calamities are hitting these people, right, we gonna be laughing at them, man. Right? And that's, for the Lord. Because they've done wickedness. And they don't want to get right. They wanted to do those things that they thought were light, but the Lord was pissed off at. And we gave them warning. That's why it says in Ezekiel 3, if we give a man warning, he doesn't take heed to it, that's to his destruction. Right? It says, then shall they call upon me, and I will not answer. They shall see me early, but they shall not find me. And early means diligently. When you look into the word, right? They're going to seek the Lord diligently in that day, in the day of their calamity. But the Lord ain't going to be there for them. Right? The Lord says in Isaiah 55:6, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Right? And I'm gonna grab this just because originally it was what I was gonna call it. I might still call it that, I don't know. Once she chose to walk over salvation, right? No, your woman doesn't have to be in this state. She doesn't have to believe, right? But then this is what the scripture says, 1 Corinthians 7:14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. Right, so your woman doesn't have to believe, but through you, if you be a man of the Lord, your woman can be saved. And once again, the brothers have told stories where, they were, the female they were dealing with didn't want to deal with them anymore because they weren't into anal, they weren't into, well, really sodomy, let's call it what it is. Right, they wanted to eat pork and shrimp and lobsters. Right, and ultimately they wanted to do wickedness. Right, rather than be with you, but that's because they didn't regard who you were. Right, you were just another nigger, another speck in their eyes. Little do they know that, Lord, will you be a man of the Lord? Right, you could have, brought salvation, with you, as Apostle Dar said, if your woman be with you when the chariots come, then your woman gonna be saved. Well, all she had to do was just shut up, be quiet, tend to your man and suck a mean dick. Right, and that was it. Right, just basically just be your wife. And then she could have, been saved, but rather she preferred wickedness, which is the nature of our people in general. They just prefer wickedness. So until next time, I'm going to say, Shalom.